Parents, trustees, faculty and staff, and seniors, welcome to a spectacular outdoor commencement. The campus has never looked lovelier. The seniors look especially sharp, and our faculty are here in full force, and it's a wonderful time to be together. And here we are where we ought to be, as opposed to some variation or accommodation of what we're supposed to be doing. The flags are flying, the music is playing, the seniors are processing, so let's just breathe in that for a moment at least, it's all as it is supposed to be. It's been quite a year. Despite such a complicated sophomore and junior year experience, our seniors have emerged with incredible leadership, good spirit, and a willingness in many ways to carry the school forward when we most needed it. Thank you. Senior parents, your support of your children and the school, even when we were not on campus for months during their high school years, has been so important to their growing up well and becoming ready for the next step of college. We so appreciate you. And our faculty and staff, today you are happy and proud, and I believe a little bit tired. And I was thinking you might be a little bit hot, but it's cool. And here you are, as you have been reliably for the last few years. When the rest of the world began to work remotely and find ways of integrating their home life and even extended vacation life with their work, our teachers continued to be here day after day. In doing so, they showed their students what teaching and learning are all about. They're about being in class together. The teachers here have taught me how to be proud of whoever and whatever I am, wrote an alumnus to the school a few years ago, to express myself through words and actions, to be in every way good and bad, poetic, to stick to my guns, to love what I do, to embrace everything around me, to musically emote, and to be willing to expand my interests above and beyond anything I could have imagined. As we know, this kind of impact on a student does not happen by mistake. Even though teaching is a profession that is rarely understood and regularly both lauded and reviled in articles, neighborhoods, and schools. Volumes are written as to the art of teaching and the pragmatism of good instruction, and even in an Atlantic Monthly piece, there is a demystification of how to build a better teacher through examining hundreds of minute skills an instructor exhibits in one class period. The human qualities of teachers, however, are what become illuminated when the world turned lopsided, as it did in COVID. There are few professions as personal as teaching, and good teachers know that the impact that they have on any student starts with a relationship of caring about who that student is and whom they can become. Teachers know, as Teddy Roosevelt stated in 1903, there is not in all America a more dangerous trait than the deification of mere smartness unaccompanied by any sense of moral responsibility. Being smart and able doesn't require a teacher's presence. Everything else about how one's mind is composed has the imprint of many teachers at its core. Before she left on winter break in 2014, Alicia Chavez, a middle school Spanish teacher here, sent an article to her colleagues. It was intended to be a validation of the effort they had put in over the last semester. But after her death that year, it stands as a testament to her rock-solid philosophy of student-centered teaching. The axiom of the article reads, "We want our students to think that we're the very best at what we do, and we believe that this status of excellence is achieved by merely doing. But we forget, and we forget often, that excellence is more readily attained by being available, being kind, being compassionate, being transparent, being real, being thoughtful, and being ourselves." So how does one teach a student to embrace everything around me, as declared by the alumnus of his academy teachers? Well, it has something to do with being present, expecting excellence, and seeing each child for what they are going to do in the world. Our teachers could be in the most hopelessly idealistic and flawed profession we know, but it is also probably the best way to raise good human beings. And you, our dear seniors, are wonderful human beings who have benefited from all the teachers and coaches and advisors and mentors and counselors who were themselves with you. I wish you all the best in your future away from Academy, and be sure to come back often and let us know how you are doing.
Good morning. My name is Sid Amranani, and I'm truly honored to be speaking to you all today. I'd like to warmly welcome Mrs. Zakaitis, Mrs. Soderberg, our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Turton, Board of Trustees, and Mrs. Doyle-Ahern. Welcome as well to all the friends, family, faculty, staff, underclassmen, and last but not least, the class of 2022. Since I'm welcoming you all here today, I think it's only right for me to start by describing the welcome that I received when I first visited Academy back in 6th grade. I remember entering the admissions building right here behind me, talking with Mr. Warren, and then meeting Davey Agrawal, who I'd be touring with for the rest of the day. From the admissions building, we proceeded down to the 6th grade hallway, where upon entering, I was overwhelmed by the sight of my soon-to-be classmates bustling around and Davey trading his Hoya bucks for a piece of gum. From there, I visited a range of classes, such as Chinese, where Annabelle let me borrow a pencil, thank you, Annabelle, and math, where Aditya explained his math board game project to me. Ben let me sit with him at lunch, and at recess, I was back with Davey, walking down to the courtyard outside the band room when the most bizarre thing happened. Davey, without skipping a beat, reached down and picked up a gummy bear off the floor that I don't even want to know how long it was sitting there for, popped it in his mouth, and continued walking as if it were the most normal thing in the world. Boy, was I weirded out. 6 years later, it's safe to say that Davey has moved on from his random middle school habits. Davey is the nicest guy that I've ever known, as I'm sure many of you can say the same, and he is a direct reflection of the growth that this community fosters. Now, obviously, we can accredit much of our mental, physical, and emotional growth to Academy, but I think what this school cultivates best is our development in character. It's easy to get lost in the list of things that this class has accomplished in academics, athletics, arts, and other extracurriculars, but I believe that at the heart of all that is what we should be most proud of today. Our class is intelligent yet humble, funny yet driven, and selfless yet self-confident nature. Of course, we weren't always this way. We've had our fair share of talks regarding behavior and faced disciplinary consequences on occasion. But through it all, we've stuck to the process of becoming better every day. And as a result, we, the class of 2022, stand today as a class known to be the kindest to underclassmen, the class that's not afraid to show appreciation, whether it be to teachers or to guest speakers, and the class that's always seeking to form deep, meaningful connections with those in our community. There's no other class that I would have wanted to endure the college admissions process with, celebrate final bell with, or get dragged in the mud while playing tug of war with, other than this one. And on those mornings during first semester, when I walked into school tired, seeing many of you guys laughing and just enjoying each other's company in the senior lounge gave me a greater boost of energy than coffee ever could. For having my back, for motivating me when no one else could, and for giving me memories I'll cherish for a lifetime, I'm truly thankful for you guys. And I've got to admit, I'm not the first class president to brag about their class in this speech, and I doubt I'll be the last either. If only the previous seniors could have seen what the class of 2022 has become, I think they would have given up their claim to being the best class Academy has ever seen. And for those of you watching this speech 5, 10, 15 years from now, while writing your own, second place isn't so bad. So, with that being said, let's keep holding ourselves to high standards. Wherever we go and whoever we meet, Let's do what we do best, showing respect to others and prioritizing our relationships. Remember that nobody is self-made and that we grow best as individuals when we learn from others' experiences as well as our own. People are priceless, so take every opportunity you can to care for and appreciate the people in your life. But for now, just enjoy this moment. Think about how far you've come and let it inspire you to keep achieving. Today is our day. Today is dedicated to us, the class of 2022, and to all those who have helped us come this far. That includes everyone here in the audience, so thank you all for everything that you've done for us and for being here today. To the class of 2022, I love you guys, and good luck to you all, even though you won't need it. And once again, welcome to Commencement. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Davey Agrawal. Voted on by his peers with the approval of faculty, Davey is the recipient of this year's Carey Cup, an award established by the class of 1951 in honor of their classmate, Andrew W. Carey, Jr., and given annually to the senior chosen to be the speaker for the graduating class. Davey joined Columbus Academy in pre-K and has made a lasting impression in his time here, truly. Ever ready to participate in the life of the school, Davey has been president of his class 9th through 11th grade and also was this year's co-student body president. He's played soccer and lacrosse and was captain of the lacrosse team his senior year. He's also been a part of the environmental club and a leader within the Student Sustainable Action Team. One of his favorite CA memories was seeing everyone smile when he, Gerby, and the Senior Student Council got to surprise the whole upper school student body with the breakout carnival in April. In the fall, he will be headed to Stanford to study environmental studies and sustainability. Given his kind nature and desire to engage others in meaningful conversations, we are delighted to have him speak on behalf of his class. Please welcome Davey to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. The honor I have to be up here today, it's one that I can't describe. Indescribable also is our fortune to be graduating from this incredible institution of ours. And for that, we can give our deepest gratitude to our wonderful parents and family, our amazing teachers, and our incredible administration for the unspeakable amount of things they have done to bring us this far. Thank you can never be enough. About a week ago, the seniors congregated one last time before graduation for a reception following the honors assembly. After hearing some sentimental recounts of our 4 years in our high school advisories, we were told that there were little surprises for us. And the little surprises, in fact, turned out to be very little indeed. They were kindergartners, our kindergarten buddies. They sang us a sweet song and gave us a plaque with a picture of us and a personal word of advice for college. Let me just say, the kindergartners' advice was nothing short of inspiring. Dear Davey, remember the school rules at Academy. Love, Johnny. David Wunsch's buddy wrote, Dear David, don't be a bully and try your best. Good luck at college. Love, Liam. My favorite one, Liesl Goldfarb's buddy. Dear Liesl, don't hit people and study hard. I will miss you. Love, Adeline. This final reunion made me think about how they have yet to experience quite literally everything that this day celebrates for us in our academy experience. When we were their age, ahead of us were lower school fairs, ice cream socials, learning cursive and arithmetic, and hundreds of hours spent at Tech to Learn 4. Ahead of us was finding fossils at Caesars Creek, dissecting owl pellets, experiences with monarch butterflies and milkweed the bunny, and our official induction of members of the Glen Helen Apple Eating Club. Ahead of us was middle school and reading Rabbi Harvey, the business fair and naval battle, weekly excitement when it was our Froyo Day, and our many interesting middle school tendencies. Unfortunately, as Sid had to resurface, for me, that took its form in my exquisite taste for random food on the floor. I must appreciate, though, ahead of Sid was a wonderful period of growth. Growth into the brilliant, humble man he is today, and, as my classmates may remember, growth of a defining yet lovely starter stash throughout the 8th grade. Anyways, far ahead of us was high school and many service days, Monday morning assemblies, and higher standards. Far ahead was staying up late, doing work, trying to get enough sleep for the next day. And for me, my main goal this year was to not get photographed and exposed on the CA Sleepers Instagram. And I would love to say that I made it the whole year without getting exposed. But of course, quite literally the last day of school, May 3rd, I swiped to the final photo on that day's CA Sleepers post, only to fly a quadco, slumped in Block 6 Honors Economics, consisting of Kevin Reeves, Malky Sullivan, Sagar Arya, and of course, me. Sorry, Mr. Exline. Oh my, it's starting to rain. Far, far ahead of us as kindergarten students was the junior speech, standardized tests, and the age where we truly begin to flourish as independent and curious learners, feeling the obligation we have as citizens to keep tabs and be vocal about current events and issues we're passionate about, often relying upon distinguished media sources like the New York Times, NPR News, and most notably, TikTok and Be Real. Far, far ahead of us was when we get our own kindergarten buddies, the class of 2034, the class that, when they're seniors, they'll be paired with the class of 2046. Far, far ahead was when we'd all take big steps into finding our identities, forming core morals and beliefs, exploring our passions in academics, and going above and beyond with the things we love. College-tier athletes, world-class musicians, breathtaking artists and writers, and even a near international master in chess. And thousands of miles ahead of us as kindergartners was this day, June 6th, 2022, graduation. Oh my. Love you guys. So what'd you guys think of the rain? All right, that was a planned intermission. Anyways, so I last talked about how I fell asleep in econ. I'll backtrack a little bit. The gummy bear? Oh, okay. So far, far ahead of us as kindergarten students was the junior speech, standardized tests, and the age where we truly begin to flourish as independent and curious learners, feeling the obligation we have as citizens to keep tabs and be vocal about current events and issues we're passionate about, often relying upon distinguished media sources like the New York Times, NPR News, and most notably, TikTok and Be Real. Far, far ahead of us was when we get our own kindergarten buddies, the class of 2034, the class that when they're seniors, they'll be paired with the class of 2046. I mean, that's just wild. Far, far ahead of us was when we all take big steps into finding our identities, forming our core morals and beliefs, exploring our passions in academics, and going above and beyond with the things we love. College-tier athletes, world-class musicians, breathtaking artists and writers, and even a near international master in chess. And thousands of miles ahead of us as kindergartners was this day, June 6, 2022, graduation. Our kindergarten buddies, they have 12 years until they're here. 12 years is the amount of time to have 3 presidential elections, the years we have until we're 30, and interestingly enough, the amount of time it takes to complete construction on Hamilton Road. 12 years sounds like forever, but I know that all of here can attest to the fact that 12 years has blown by. Senior graduation may be today, but our whole journey feels like yesterday. As we enter this portal to our next stage in life, I feel like it's worthwhile to remember the sentiment of just how fast time goes. Every day you wake, every moment you live, you are living the good old days of someday in the future. Good old days where the songs of the time and the people who are at your side will one day bring vivid nostalgia to our minds. When we think about our feelings for the next step, trying to live these soon-to-come moments with no regrets, there can be a lot going on. But at the end of the day, I truly believe things boil down to just one thing. One sentiment that, from our human nature, will consciously and subconsciously always guide us with quite literally any dishes in life, small or big. We just want to be happy. This is what we tie back to. What will leave us happiest and most fulfilled? This leaves us to ask, what is our path to the happiest and most fulfilled life beyond these walls? Well, as high school seniors, none of us really know. But truthfully, I believe there's no one path, no one formula to our happy lives. What I believe, though, is that there are principles that will inevitably lead us to one of these infinite paths to our happiness and fulfillment. Principles that remove the specificity to exactly what we do or exactly what we accomplish, and rather ensure that no matter what path we take, we'll live without regret. Principles that, quite honestly, I've learned from you all who exude their power. One of these principles, always embrace the beautiful individual you are. These years, I've had the privilege of discovering truly just how beautifully unique each and every one of you is. Never forget that. As we maneuver beyond in life, we'll never stop discovering more about who we are. But no matter where you may be and what the world is telling you, always stay true to the individual you know yourself at heart to be in that moment. Embrace that uniquely incredible individual that your classmates and I have had the blessing of discovering along this journey. And while we do so, let us embrace others and their uniquely beautiful identities too. We will never regret being ourselves and being accepting of our neighbor. Another one of these principles, we need to always lean on those around us. You will never be going through something alone, no matter how isolated you feel. We all, even with how composed, tough, or accomplished someone may seem, we all may have times in our life where things are simply just hard, for any of the infinite reasons that may be. Reaching out when we need help is the best and bravest thing we can do for ourselves. Along this journey, we've had the privilege to be a part of a developed siblinghood. And while this is the last time in history this group of individuals will be in the same place at the same time, we will always still have each other. Those we've become closest to these years, they are friendships that last lifetimes. We'll always be a phone call, text, or drive away, and if you ever feel like no one is there, I hope you know you can always call me. We will never regret leaning on others and seeking help for ourselves. But the most important principle we should embody, truly what I believe to be our strongest power the rest of our lives, is compassion. The Nobel-winning Dalai Lama actually preaches that compassion, combined with the complete subtraction of hate and anger, is the key to happiness in our life. With so many vast intersecting issues in our world like climate change, poverty, gender, racial, and LGBTQ+ inequality, just to name a few, giving a true and genuine effort to understand, help, and love someone else in any context or issue, it is the strongest power we have. Dr. King once said, quote, "All life is interrelated, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly," end quote. I deeply believe in the sentiment of others' issues always being ours too in the long run. And even aside from this mutual responsibility to help others in their struggles, there's no doubt that compassion comes with something else, a reciprocal nature. When we care about someone else, when we're kind to them and give our full, fair effort to understand and love them, it is only intuitive that they'll eventually do the same in return. When we observe this reciprocal effect of compassion, we have a power to spread it like wildfire. And the reason I feel that power so much comes right back to what I mentioned earlier. It is simply because of what you all have shown me. You've shown me what it means to be kind, caring, and genuine, and our positive virtues have influenced younger classes, producing a profound effect on our student body. Let us never underestimate our power to set precedent through our kindness and compassion, because we have. And through this, we will change the world for all the right reasons. I can't even begin to describe how much I'm going to miss you all, but I'm eternally grateful for you and the happiest times of my life I've had with you. So to follow suit with our kindergarten buddies, let me leave you with a letter. Dear class of 2022, go show the world your unique beauty. Lean on each other and love others, and let nobody tell you the limits of what you can do, for you're limitless and there's nothing that will stop you. Love, Davey. Thank you so much.
As a great gift to our seniors, we have Bob Turton as this year's commencement speaker. A 2001 graduate of Columbus Academy, Bob attended Northwestern University, Steppenwolf Theater Company, and worked in Chicago theaters until he moved to Los Angeles in 2009 to work with FunnyOrDie.com while building a career in film and television. In addition, he has been a company member of the Actors Gang Theater, led by Academy Award-winning actor Tim Robbins for the last 12 years. While Bob was at Columbus Academy, he represented a third generation of Turtons to attend the school, which included his father Larry, his uncle Jeffrey, and grandfather Robert, the class of 1947, who's here with us today. Bob was both a football player for one of the stronger teams in the school's history and a participant in choir and theater, cultivating his multifaceted talents at a young age. He is the recipient of multiple acting awards, and while he is establishing a highly regarded career in California, the Los Angeles Times describes Bob as fearlessly wacky and is impressed by his boldness, stamina, and virtuosity. Please Please welcome our very own Bob Turton.
Oh, wow! Fearlessly wacky. That's a good one. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to the class of 2022. You made it. This is your day, and you have such perfect weather. Sorry, I wrote this a few weeks ago. Let me write that out of the way. Great. Can we just have one more round of applause for this amazing class today? Yes! Yes! I cannot believe that I'm here right now. This is like a junior speech on steroids. Between you and me, I think I've had a nightmare about this exact experience about 100 times in my life. Usually I'm naked in it, so this must be real. But then somebody told me John Exline is still teaching, and I said, this has got to be a dream. Clearly that guy, he retired at least 15 years ago. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, thank you for the great introduction. My name is Bob Turton. I'm an actor, director, and photographer based in Los Angeles. But before any of that, I was a 2001 graduate of the Columbus Academy, and I'm incredibly proud to say that. I love this school. I love this school so much, and I'm deeply honored to be here today speaking with all of you. Believe it or not, 21 years ago, I was sitting exactly where you are right now, on a day just like today, without the rain. It was too sunny. It was very hot, actually. To be honest, I was honored and shocked when Melissa and the administration asked me to speak here today. I could just imagine how that meeting went. They said, all right, who's going to do it this year? Oh, yeah, we got to get that Ryan Vessler. He's incredibly successful. No, he already did it a couple years ago. Okay, how about Michael Corey? No, that guy's way too busy. Darn it. Okay, I know. Let's get that guy who played a crossdresser in that movie I saw on an airplane once. No, wait, wasn't that the same guy that did an aluminum foil commercial like 12 years ago? Yeah, that's the guy who puts on eyeliner for a living and runs around with that experimental theater company in Los Angeles. And here we are. I may not be a doctor like my father, Larry Turton, class of 72, who's here right now. Oh, yeah. No pressure. Or my grandfather, Robert Turton, class of 47, who's also here today and just had his 93rd birthday and is still going strong. Come on! But I can stand here and say confidently that I have played a doctor on television no less than 5 times at this point. I've also played lawyers, captains of industry, and many other successful people. So you should definitely take what I say seriously because I'm really good at pretending to know what I'm talking about. Right. Now, on to the class of 2022. In preparation for today, I've had the opportunity to speak with many of your teachers, administrators, and class leaders, and I've been told time and time again that this here is the second best class ever to graduate the academy. That's right. They say not since the class of 2001 have we seen such potential, such talent, such promise. That was my class. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special group of students and parents. Not only is this the largest and most diverse class in our school's history, I've been told that you might be the most kind, empathetic, creative, and intelligent group of students we have ever had. 112 students matriculating to 73 different colleges in 24 states. You are athletes, champions, volunteers, leaders in all aspects of school life, having great respect for your fellow classmates and something that is extremely important to me, treating underclassmen with respect and dignity. You're a deeply connected and diplomatic group with 2 presidents. It's a crazy idea. 2 presidents? Do you guys actually talk to each other? But above all, what truly impresses me about this class is your resilience in the face of incomprehensible circumstances. I cannot think of a more unconventional high school experience than what this class has put up with over the last 4 years. I mean, wow. I cannot fathom comprehending the challenges that you students have taken in stride throughout the last 4 years. And kudos to all of the parents who were right there with you, adapting, improvising on the fly as our world changed again and again and again and probably again. You never lost spirit. You adjusted. You found value and even joy in these unprecedented times, especially in this last year where you've been able to come together in person again with some semblance of normalcy. I've heard stories. Oh yeah, I've heard stories. I've heard stories about the crazy lock-ins. Oh yeah, I know the word on the street. What happens at the lock-in stays at the lock-in. Where you guys party like it's Las Vegas. I'm not sure you really know what that means yet, but okay. I've been told about anything but a backpack day, where you shake it up and find creative ways to tote your books, a microwave, a leather footstool, a weed killer dispenser. I've heard about special field days where students skip out on important lectures on test integrity and study skills to bounce around in a bunch of inflatable toys down on the athletic fields. Sounds like that was a fun day. I've heard about John Exline's economic dance. John, someone tried to explain this to me and I just got a headache, so you're going to have to give me a description of that after this. I've been told that you love food, and you guys are eating all the time for no reason. Donuts, ice cream, flavored ice day. I mean, gosh, I'm so bummed that I went to the academy in those dark ages when we actually had to go to school in person for 4 years and take tests. Flavored ice? Come on. When I went here, they fed us cardboard with ketchup on it every day. And if we complained, they sent us out into the wild wilderness out there where there used to be trees, and now there's about 100 new buildings. Totally unrelated, but I'd love to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of our donors. Hold for applause. I guess you really know you're growing up when you start talking about how hard things were back in the day, walking to school uphill both ways and all that stuff, that old saying. But the truth is, that wasn't the case at all. I had so much fun at this school, and I'm so deeply grateful for every single memory I have. Friendships that have lasted my entire life, memories of football games that still feel like they happened yesterday, and incredibly unique teachers that have changed my life forever. I promise I'm not going to get emotional here, but it might happen. I remember going to Mars in a refrigerator box in 6th grade for Mrs. Corrigan's science class. Matt Carter remembers that, I'm sure. Instilling in me a lifelong fascination with space and the vastness of the universe that I connect with every single time my partner Lisa and I go out to Joshua Tree and look at the stars. Bob Kirk having us bring in song lyrics to my English class in 7th grade, expanding my understanding of what poetry can be, planting seeds that have grown into a deep love of the beauty of power of language, Shakespeare, music. Andrew Clemenshaw once gave me the opportunity to put 90% of my grade for the quarter on a performance of Romeo and Juliet in my freshman year English class. I don't know that I've ever been so nervous for a performance in my life. But, check this out. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon who was already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It's still in there. I mean, come on. Stuff doesn't go away. It's also the only time that I've ever played Romeo and come anywhere close to being teen heartthrob Bob Turton. More of a comedy guy. Anyway, of course, there's Kevin Morin, who's also here today. Yeah. I could say without a doubt there is not a single teacher, director, or mentor in my life from whom I have learned more. Kevin Morin, he did not just teach me English. He taught me how to live a passionate and courageous life of awe and wonder at the staggering beauty of existence. He also became a great friend, traveling to Chicago several times to support me as a young actor in performances of Antony and Cleopatra and the Scottish play. If you don't know what the Scottish play is, just ask the theater kids, they'll tell you what's up. I'm not saying it. One of my favorite things about being a student of Kevin Morin is crossing paths with other CA alums throughout the world and seeing if they still remember the prologue to the Canterbury Tales. One that Aprile with a shore sukta, the druchta of March hath pierced into the rutta, and bathed every vein and switch liqueur, of which virtue engendered is the fleur. Luckily, I ran into Kevin in the bathroom right before the speech, and he reminded me that it has to be pronounced virtue. You have to spit a little, or you're not using that accent mark. Kevin, I brought down the house with that one time around 3 a.m. at a pub in Dublin after a wedding. You see, you never know when the lessons you learned at the academy are going to slide their way back into your life. Like many of you at academy, I was able to be an athlete, a scholar, and an artist. I absolutely loved being a football player here, and I was so good. I was so good at football. Yeah, I was really, really, really good at football. Don't listen to what any of my other teammates tell you, especially Nick Rice, who's here somewhere today, or Matt Carter. If they tell you I was not the best player on the team, they're lying. I was super good at sports. Anyway, aside from my legendary athletic prowess, with the help of Stefan Fahrenkopf, I discovered theater and acting. And I will never forget the first time that I performed at the Schottinger Theater stage in a production of Little Shop of Horrors. I played the role of ensemble. Still proud of that. There was a moment in my very first performance when the lights faded during this beautiful harmony. The hair stood up on the back of my neck, blood rushed to my face, and I felt something outside of myself. It was the first hint of the possibilities for metamorphosis on stage and in performance. In that moment, I began to realize that a stage, a theater, an empty space is a canvas of limitless possibility, a portal to an infinite number of other worlds and self-discoveries, a place to be possessed, to be consumed. And since that first performance in the Schottinger Theater, I've gone on to spend my life working in theaters in Chicago, Los Angeles, and all over the world. It's a career that has allowed me to collaborate with incredible artists, actors, musicians, so many of my childhood idols. Tim Robbins, Christopher Maloney, Will Ferrell, Adam McKay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon. That is my most proud achievement, I think. If someone told me all of this when I was sitting in your shoes right there on graduation day, I think my head would have literally exploded. I actually make a living doing what I love, and all of that started right here. At the Academy, I learned the foundations of self-discipline, compassion for others, courage to attempt the impossible, and the humility to never stop learning and growing. We all know the motto, in quest of the best. I feel like it's behind me somewhere, on a building, right? Chiseled. I never took that to mean only the best are welcome, that this is some kind of an exclusive club or pretentious group. It's quite the opposite. It's a call to action that I hold in my heart to this day, always asking myself, is this the best that I can do? Is this the best person I can be? Can I improve the world in some small way today? This is a very special day. It's the culmination of all of your hard work and the beginning of the next chapter of your life. And I just ask you to be mindful of this day and don't let it pass you by. Drink it up. Every minute of it. After years of time together, you may take for granted the presence of your peers and classmates right now, but let me tell you, this very well may be the last time that you're all together at the same time. In your future, there's going to be gatherings, reunions, but nothing like this moment. Life happens. People go their separate ways. I don't need to tell you that it's a difficult time right now. I think we can all recognize that. I don't know the solutions, but I don't know how things will get better. However, I have built a career on uncertainty and unpredictability, and I can confidently say that you can do this. You can add value, compassion, and empathy to a world that desperately needs you. We need more people who are willing to listen to one another and never stop learning. We need open minds capable of receiving, growing, questioning, debating, and communicating. From what I've gathered, this group of students possesses exactly what we need. And I, for one, am so grateful that after today, you're all going to be out there in the world. Congratulations again to the Academy class of 2022. Speaking with you all today has been one of the great honors of my life. Thank you.
seniors, I believe we have some special items up here for you. Can I have the first row stand? Evelyn Abbey. Davin Sean Agrawal. Ashlyn Alexandra Ahern. Russell Nizar Ahmed. Sarah Alberini. Siddharth Armanini. Spandana Armanini. Benjamin Stewart Onassis. Hannah Ria Bajaj. Andrew Thomas Barron. Charles Jerome Belford. Drake Parker Belisari. Kyle Lawrence Bernstorff. Sanvi Bilakanti. Vivian West Bradner Young. Zora LaRae Brown. Lindsay Elizabeth Butler. Alexandra Butinariu. Jack Reynolds Carlin. John Skinner Carlin. Kyle Whittlesey Carlin. Chase Andrew Chevaria. Andrea Chen. McKenna Waijun Chow. Matthew Bradley Commissar. Tanner Coe Compton. Anaya Hope Crockett. Julia Ann DeVore. Omar Y. Dreesy. Dhruv S. Edamadaka. Naima Asada Edwards. Maya Jean Falkenhayn. Ethan Ash Freitag. Evelyn Elizabeth G. Liesel Eve Goldfarb. Rosemary Merkel Gruber. Cyrus Foley Hanela. Connor Joseph Harris. Jacob Bartlett Harris. Peter Vernon Heerman. Jonathan Adam Hill. Tara Marie Hoffman. Quinn James Hume. Annabelle Elaine Hughey. Kennedy Nicole Jackson. Carter Lewis James. Cassidy Love Jones. Kian Matai Jennings. Soham S. Joshi. Annika Sagal Karamzi. Isabella Nicole Caswinkle. Madeline Rose Kazatsky. Parker James Kirchensteiner Logan. Lauren Page Kleinfelter. Claudia Leighton Klingbeil. Alan James Koganoff. Autumn Annette Lee. Emmett Kemper Leo. Janet E. Lee. Anna Linder. Talia Park Lopresti. Sophia Angelina McDonald. Raghav Malik. Given Zion Mendenhall. Avery Elizabeth Mitchell. Isabella Lombardi Morris. Carrie Maria O'Connor. Ryan Patrick Panley. Maximus Edward Pop. Mary Kate Prawl. Arden Preza. Madeline Elizabeth Proctor. Akshay Ramkumar. Ryan Patrick Reagan. Aditya P. Reddy. Kevin Wiley Reeves. Cyrus Isaac Richardson. Charlotte Ava Rose. Liam Thomas Ross. Henry Thomas Ruby. Rhea Joan Satish. Christopher Shen. Sari Jessica Shockett. Blake Lawrence Gilkin. Mallory Page Smith. Sophie Elizabeth Spolter. Alexander Edward Sturkowitz. Charles Garrison Stoner. Jake Andrew Stauffer. Malachi Sullivan. Haichuan Sun. Lindsay Catherine Sutherland. Spencer Elliott Schwartz. Zara Syed. Yashvi Rao Tenaru. Amia Tiwari. Brooke Ann Tumio. Diana Michelle Ulbert. Jaswanth Vendrasi. Raghav Akash Bakshi Vazirani. Carolyn Alcott Vaziri. Max Stephen Walker. Maya Sophia Walter. Claudia Marie Worsler. Ethan C.F. Weiser. Zachary White. Stephen M.C. Wright. Vernon Hugh Carroll Wright II. David Scott Wunsch. Emma Celeste Yacom. Aliza Yakub. And Andrew Zaki. And now I can present to you the graduating class of 2022. Congratulations.
May our days be filled with song. That's disrespectful.